Hey everyone, I'm Amy. I'm currently sitting on the city walls of the ancient Chinese capital Xi'an. Maybe you haven't heard of Xi'an before, but I'm sure you would have heard of the terracotta warriors. So most people come to Xi'an just to see the terracotta army. And you know, don't get me wrong, it's a really nice thing to see if you're into, you know, battling with thousands of other tourists to get a glimpse of the thing. But I have to say that Xi'an has a lot of stuff going for it that makes it a place worth coming and seeing, even without going and seeing the terracotta army at all. So today I'm going to give you two big reasons to come visit Xi'an other than the terracotta warriors. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So reason number one to visit Xi'an, I would have to say, is the history. So there's a saying, go to Shanghai and you'll find a 100-year-old China. Go to Beijing and you'll find a 1,000-year-old China. Go to Xi'an and you'll find a 3,000-year-old China. It's true, Xi'an is the most ancient city of China. 13 of China's 24 dynasties use Xi'an as the capital. Some even attest that Xi'an is the birthplace of Chinese civilization. Pretty cool. So as a result of this ancient history, Xi'an has a number of precious relics and historical sites, some dating back to its time as an ancient capital. So here behind me you can see the Wild Goose Pagoda. It was built with layers of bricks without any cement. And if you look closely, you can see that the building actually leans noticeably. So I guess it's like the Chinese Leaning Tower of Pisa. And this here is also a must-see if you come to Xi'an. This is the old city walls. This was originally built in 1370 in the Ming Dynasty, and a lot of sections have been restored, rebuilt. You know, it is in nice condition. What used to be the old city is all within the walls, but modern Xi'an extends far, far outside these city walls today. And another thing about it is it's like really long. It goes in like this rectangular shape, and I think it takes about 4 hours if you're going to do it on foot. So I definitely think the best way to explore the ancient city walls is on bike. You can rent them. Woohoo! I'm always so amused when I see the double people bikes, because I think at first they think, what a great idea, like 2 people on one bike, so romantic, so fun. And then you see their faces after maybe 20 minutes of riding and it's just this look of like pure regret. This is the Drum Tower and it acts as the symbol of Xi'an as well as its geographical center. My recommendation is to come here at night. It really comes alive. So in this way, I think Xi'an is really kind of like a Chinese version of Rome. You know, you're walking down a street and you bump into something that may be thousands of years old. Additionally, Xi'an was actually the starting point of the legendary Silk Road, a 6,400-kilometer trading route that connected China and other Eastern countries with Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. So as a result, this city became a real melting pot of cultures, which brings me to my second reason you should visit Xi'an, which is the food. History is great and everything, but can you eat it? Most of the Muslim population of Xi'an is actually descended from Arab traders that migrated here after doing trade with China on the Silk Road. So the result of this is a bustling Muslim quarter here in the center of Xi'an. Actually, the main food street of Xi'an that you can see behind me is actually referred to as the Muslim Quarter. So this street is known as Huiminjie, and it can be really overwhelming for a first-time visitor. You know, what do I eat? How do I do it? Where should I go? So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks how to best navigate this place and some of the must-try dishes that you need to have when you're here in Xi'an. With 58 strokes, I give you the most complicated Chinese character in existence. This is biang biang mian, and it's actually one of my favorite noodle dishes in China, and I want to show you what it's like. So I was like, there's no way people actually know how to write this character. So I went up to the noodle stand and I asked the guy, and 问一下 biang 这个字你能写吗？哦，你可以吗？ Oh. Wow, he did it! So this is it. So these noodles have a couple of characteristics that make them the biang biang mian. The first would have to be like the width of the noodle. It's kind of like a belt, very thick. It's almost just like eating a heap of dough, which I love. 美女，这是什么？炒凉粉。炒凉粉，这是西安特色吗？对。好，来一份。 It's like, I think kind of rice noodles maybe, and they're fried. Kind of like jelly consistency, really nice. So when you come to Xi'an, do not be startled by this kind of service you get here. I think it's something in the, I don't know, this Xi'an shanty style where they kind of treat customers a little bit like shit. There'll be no one like welcoming you with a smile. Please sit down, sir, madam. You might, if you're lucky, get a nod. So this street has a completely different vibe from the day and the night. Everything lights up. There's like neon everywhere and the signs are all going crazy. So my advice is to find the longest line and then line up in it and get that because it's probably going to be good. So this baby here, this is called a rojiamo. It was invented in 200 BC, so I guess you could call it the world's oldest hamburger. It's probably like the most famous Xi'an street food. Oh my god, so good. Vegetarians, beware. I wonder how much food is eaten here in one day. I would just like to know. For my final act, I'm off to find some Yanro Palmo. I asked my Weibo fans what I should try when I'm here in Huiminjie, and they all said you need to try the Yanro Palmo. So I'm gonna go find a place that looks kind of nice and yeah, have a go. I've never tried it before, so this will be a good experience. Basically, what happens here is they first give you some bread and then you have to tear up the bread into little pieces and then you put the soup in, so it becomes kind of like this very filling, heavy, bready soup. That's really good. As if the bread wasn't enough. What a carbo though. Oh my god, I'm so full. I have eaten so much food today. Even if you just come to Xi'an to eat, you're gonna leave a happier person than when you came. So I hope in this video I've been able to convince you guys that Xi'an is definitely worth a visit and you need to add it to your China itinerary, even if it is just to eat the world's oldest hamburger. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.